I salute you students, wherever you are. Welcome to our lesson today, and today we are going to look at writing, functional writing. And we are going to look at, it's just a reminder, remember it's a part of our revision. We're going to look at an inventory. We are also going to look at an inventory is also called a stock card. We're also going to remind ourselves about the writing of a condolence and probably a reminder. So let's start with an inventory. What is it? So an inventory is a detailed document of all the items in a place. It's a detailed document of all the items in a place, such as an office, a classroom, a church, a shop, a clinic, and so on. So, in simple words or in simple terms, it contains the items that belong to a certain institution. Remember, every organization or every institution or even every person, there are things or their property that are attached to you or that organization. So this document where we record the amount of the things we have, property we have, that is called an inventory, or sometimes referred to as a stock card. I think you've seen this. Sometimes they say rush and buy the items you need before the stock is over. This all is recorded. Someone will say out of stock, or still we have it, or maybe we don't have it anymore. So this document gives details of the quantity and condition of whatever is available. So remember, we need to know the quantity, and also the condition. So when we refer to quantity, right, which state is it? The state at which a property, that's the state of the property. And then, I refer condition is the state. And then quantity is the number. So quantity, the number, condition, the state of the property. How is the property? How is its state? Okay? Is it working? Maybe let's say you have laptops, or let's say you've got computers, are all working. Then we can say the computers, there are 20. Okay? Then how many are in good condition? Maybe you can say 15 are working. So this means 5, right, are in bad condition. Bad condition. So quantity, the number, right? Condition, the state at which a property is. So these are very important, so that when you value, maybe you want to value the amount of money that is there, you are able to value it and be able to predict or give a clear amount of the money that probably the company or organization has. Now, an inventory contains columns that show, so we have date when the record was entered, the date when the record was entered, then we have the date of delivery of the items, and we also have the quantity of the item. Remember, we are saying the quantity is how many. Let's say you've been brought books, and these are Head Start and Book 2 textbooks for English. So how many were brought? We talk about 50 of them. How was their condition, how they are, and so on. Then description of a particular item. Each item is given a description of how it is. Then the date of issue, and then the signature of the person being issued with the item. Signature of the person being issued with the item. And then items remaining after issue. How many items remain after issue? Then it is an important document in an organization because it contains information on all items that an institution has, and therefore helps to keep clear record of the stock or stock taking. Now, we have a sample here on our screen. So we have the date of record, which day was it recorded, which day was it delivered, that's the delivery date. Then we have the quantity, how many are they. Then we have the description, which one are they, the date of issue, the sign, and then maybe the balance. Now, on 5th, 2nd, 2017, we had this delivery of these books. The quantity, the books were 60, and they came from Macmillan, which were Macmillan before, and they were English textbooks. The date of issue was on 10 February, and that was the same year, 2017. And then the sign of this person who gave out, and then how many were given, we have a balance of 33. Then on 13th February 2017 again, we had, this is the date when the record was made. Then we have the delivery date, which was on 13th of February 2017. We had 20 reams of foolscap. There were 20 reams of foolscap. And the date of issue was on 15th February 2017. Then we have the sign of who issued them. Then how many were issued? Probably 5. That's why we have a balance of 15. Remember, this talk, this is just a sample, an example, but it shows, it's a record that will make or enable people to take stocks. You are able to take stock, and also you are able to account for what you have and maybe what you really need, and so on. Now, is it important to have an inventory? Yes, it's very important to have an inventory. Now, one, the reason we keep it is keep check on what is there in terms of stock. We are able to keep check of the stock we have, and then to keep check on what needs to be replaced or repaired. What need to be replaced or what need to be repaired. And then 3, to ease the job management. It makes job management easy and therefore easy to manage, because you know what is there and what is not there, what is needed and what maybe is in excess, and so on. Then, at the same time, to give information on items that need constant replacement. Remember, for example, in the lab, whenever we are doing these practicals, you find that there are some apparatus that are used frequently, while others are not used as frequent as theirs. So with this reason, this means the ones which are used frequently need to be replaced every now and then. And by so doing, we just ensure and make sure that there's smooth operation of the lab. So from this inventory, you are able to know, do we need to add the test tube? Do we need to add the beakers? Okay, which chemicals are mostly, or which solution are mostly used? That's why it's very important to have an inventory in that case. Now, we've got a question here that I want us to attempt. You are the school library assistant and you have received books from a supplier. Record the items in your inventory. So work on that and make sure you present that work in form of a picture in our WhatsApp, through WhatsApp. Then we have a note of condolence. And remember, sometimes when people are bereaved and they are grieving, it's very important to be with them and support them during such a time. Remember again, just like you can write a congratulatory note, it's also important that you can write a condolence note to people whose maybe loved one has passed on. So what is it? It's a note written to console the family of the deceased and share in their grief. Notes of condolences should be, so how should they be? Remember, If you are writing a note of condolence, it has to be immediately. It has to be immediately. Please don't wait until when time has really gone so far, and then that's the time you are writing this condolence. It will have lost, it will be watered. It will not have or be as effective as it's supposed to be when you do it immediately. Just like thank you and so on. There are those words, congratulations and so on. Imagine right now you're informed to and someone is congratulating you on your KCP performance. Honestly, it's really water. It has no effect on litmus paper. So by we shall say that should be written immediately and ensure that you are sincere and very, very brief. So we're going to take a short break, and when we meet in the next part of our clip, we look at some of these notes of condolence.